Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight I am joined by my soccer enthusiasts, my brothers, Marco Monreal, Alex de la Cruz, and Arturo Ibarra. What's going on, fellas?
Not so good.
Sad
No,
day, man.
oof,
What's up, my man?
oof. So much broken heart, except for Art. He just, his regular. What's up, man?
I mean, it was bound to
So,
happen.
so for welcome to a nice Saturday edition episode, guys. We don't usually have it on Saturdays. We usually have it on Wednesdays or Tuesdays or whatever in the middle of the week. But tonight we had to get on because my boys, they're devastated. You see that flag behind Alex? Viva Mexico. Viva la raza. Well, too bad. Mexico had no raza against Argentina tonight in their second matchup in the World Cup. And now they've scored 0 goals. They have 1 point, 1 draw, 1 loss, losing 2-0 against Argentina to Lionel Messi, aging Lionel Messi, one of the few arguably as a GOAT. But we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about them, the Mexicans. Alex, I'm going to start with you. What's wrong with the Mexican soccer team, the Federales?
It's Tata, man. Tata's the main guy.
Tataran?
He's the one to play. Tata's the main guy. He's the reason why Mexico's been
Who's
struggling.
Tata? Who's Tata, and why is he failing Mexico? Who is he, and why is he failing Mexico?
Well, he is the manager for the Mexican national club, and he took over the team after the World Cup, after the last time go around. They look pretty strong whenever he first started off, but the incident happened with a couple of the players on the team where they left. Chicharito didn't want to come back, and Carlos Vela, and all these old vets that that the Mexican national club, that they always, whenever you think about them, you always think of these guys, and it's always his way or the highway. And since they've been gone, we haven't found a strong nine for the Mexican club. And since he took over the club, Mexico struggles to score, and it still doesn't change.
Nothing changes. Nothing changes. We've seen those struggles along the way, but they somehow still made it to the World Cup. Art, let me go to you real quick. Other than Tata, what else is going on that Mexican team that is failing them? What is going on that is costing them these matchups where they're able to tie Poland, but they can't even beat or put a point on Argentina? What is going on with this team?
I mean, even from the beginning, man. No one. I'm not gonna say no one. I'm just gonna say pretty much all of Mexico did not like who he was taking to the World Cup, especially because
As far as the players representing the team.
as far as the players representing the team. Now, they all go through a tryout. There's a reason. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There's a reason why he didn't take him. And Alex, I think, made a good point. It's my way or the highway. So that could have been in. Maybe some of the players, they were asked to play, and they were like, you know what? I don't want to. Like, maybe his ignorance or the way that he carries himself, maybe that's why they didn't want to go play. And at the same time, hey, he didn't think they were up to par for his team. He didn't take them.
Who is Tata? Like, what has he done to get into a position where he is now the manager, the leader of the team, here to say? And why is he in this position? And why does he feel like he has the right to have all this power and not respect the veterans, respect the people that have led themselves into great careers, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in the States, whether it's internationally altogether? Who is this man that is costing y'all these games?
Yeah, so he used to be the ex-coach of Argentina at one point. I'm not too sure on the dates. So that's a big key there. He's been a coach of big clubs like Barcelona, and he's won some championships. He's done his thing. He has some pedigree to him, but we saw his last stint before he came to the national team. His last stint was with Barcelona, where he got sacked. Which is not too uncommon in those big clubs, right? Because they're always rotating, trying to find the best coach they can, and they want to win championships. If you don't win championships, you're not really gonna stay here. So that was his last stint, and he came into the national team thinking he was gonna be the savior, and obviously that hasn't happened.
And you know what, man? Like, if we're gonna go and talking about this game, man, like, you just made a big point out of it. he used to play with Barcelona, dude. Like, you used to play and manage Messi. And you're telling me that for this stupid game, dude, you could not cancel Messi? Like, that's the main guy. And I know we've been discussing over text message. Like, I know the last game you said they played 4-3-3. This time they went 4-3-2. Like, you had an extra man in the back. His sole purpose of that game was to cover Messi. And on that freaking game, that play that they made it, dude, he was walking down the middle, which is what he does best. He just walks up to the ball. He walks behind like defensive players, behind midfielders, and then he just takes a shot. He's one of the best strikers in the freaking world, man. That to me, that's why he's a GOAT. Like, the fact that he can just walk up to the freaking like area and then just kick it, and it's like perfectly kicked. Like, come on, dude. Like, you need to do a better job as a manager, especially if you know how this guy acts.
Alex, what was the scheme that you saw in your eyes that you saw the format play? You know, a lot of people, not everybody. Some people were saying they fought hard, they were doing good in the first half, but once the second half started, they looked deflated. They looked out of it. They didn't look like they were wanting to be on the field anymore. What did you see? What scheme? What strategy did you see on the field that might have changed things up to make them, like, deflated as hell?
So when it comes to those both halves, they put a lot of pressure in the midfield, and Andres look he played his ass off. I don't care what anybody says. He played his ass off. He threw his body around on Messi, and whenever he came out, and it came out like right before the first half. So whenever the second half started, they looked like they were dropping back more, and they were letting the Argentina's midfield have more touches and get cleaner looks into the box. And that's how Messi scored. And all that's Tata's fault, putting that much pressure on the back line for that long against Argentina. They're gonna get tired. You could see it. You're able to see it. There was nobody around Messi whenever he touched the ball. He was able to launch it. This is I don't know, man. This is
and no,
embarrassing.
so look, I'm gonna put it pretty straightforward here. All right, and what kind of happened? Okay, so going back to what happened last game against Poland, we played a formation where we were able to be a little bit more offensive, right? We played a 4-3-3. Okay, I get Art's point, and it's true. We ended up going with 5 defenders in the back, with 2 outside backs and 3 central defenders. Okay,
Right.
I get it. You want to either pick up one of your midfielders to come pick up Messi, and kind of like a spy in football, right? That's the best way I can think about it, right? And I get the ideology, but the fact of the matter is that Messi is Messi. He's gonna do what he wants, when he wants, whenever he wants. Okay, and that's the point forward. We came into this game that we knew if we lost, we still have a chance to make it into the group. We knew that if Argentina lost, we could get them out of the group and we'd have a better chance to get out, obviously, right? With the 3 points would give us 4. Okay? Why try to secure a tie when you're going to lose anyways? You're going to get goal scored on anyways. It's Messi playing against you. Yes, you're playing for the tie, but we're trying to conserve and not get goal scored on us because of the goal differential. Why not go out and win? Why not play in a 4-3-3? Oh, because we don't have a center forward. Okay, Henry Martin. You can mix it up. Put Vega, put Irving Lozano, and then maybe put Henry Martin or Raul Jimenez on top. I'm sure they'd be able to create something. But to the point where my thing is, we're sitting back, and we're gonna let this team. In the first half, we played well. And I'm not saying we didn't. We were able to get up a little bit. The chances we had up were off set pieces. We didn't get really good finishing in the final third where we were creating chances. It was offset pieces in the middle parts of the field. Okay? My thing is, in the second half when we came out, instead of pushing forward and being a little bit more aggressive, their back line was on our midfield, pushing us back all the way towards our goal. There's no way. You can't do that. You can't do that in the World Cup. Why not go out and win? That's not the Mexican way, I think. That's the Tata way. That's the Argentinian way, wanting to sit back. Like, I'm not like that's not us. That's not our culture. That's not what we do.
And the broadcasters mentioned that on after Argentina, after Messi scored their first goal, is that they just played to maintain the lead. They didn't play to like stay aggressive. The second goal just happened to happen, but they weren't really trying to do that. They were trying to maintain what they already had accomplished.
I'm sorry, Alex. And what pissed me off more is that okay, the goal scored. Oh, so now you want to go 4-3-3 because they scored on us. I get it, because you need a goal. Why weren't we playing in a 4-3-3 the whole time? We got more up the field when we were in a 4-3-3. Like, we still got scored on with 5 in the back. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, and it makes me mad.
So like, and you make a point, man. Right. And I'm just gonna go through the lineup. So Martino was sat. They didn't start him.
Oh, that's my other point. Yeah.
They started Araujo, which he didn't play the first game. They put Alvarez. Alvarez was playing mid, and they pushed him to defense. Like, I get maybe Alvarez was the guy.
No, Edson Alvarez was on the bench.
No, there's.
Oh, you're talking about
K Alvarez.
K Alvarez was the right back. They put him at right back.
They put him exactly. So they sit down Alvarez, and then they sit down Martino. And then you have Lozano and Vega.
Alex, you'll go next.
On your playing your freaking like wings, your wing forwards, man. Like, where's your center? Like, where's your middle? Like, that's the thing. Like, I know we don't have a true 9, and I know Alex made that damn point. Like, I know they don't have a true 9.
Neither Raúl Jimenez is defense. He has been hurt, and he's usually our starting forward.
Yes, but I mean, like, in the past 2 games, they don't have a true 9. Freaking Argentina doesn't have a true 9 either. Like, Messi is not Messi. Yes, he plays forward, but he doesn't usually play as a forward. He plays more like a midfielder because he's
an attacking midfielder. Yes,
right. So the way that they played, man, it's just, to me, it's like you sat 2 people that were giving you a chance on the first game, and then you're playing I get it. It's a 5-3-2. You're trying to keep Messi contained, but I agree with Marco. Like, it's a World Cup. You're going in with the worst lineup that you could have gone in. Just pull some strings, try to make it happen. But I think at the end of the day, it's not that it's not the team, man. I think it's the coach. But I'll let Alex talk, man, because it's frustrating in the sense of, like, like, you're giving hope to people, you're giving hope to the players, and then, like, after the big save from Ochoa last game, and then you pull this like shit of a gameplay, dude. Like, just watch him next game against Saudi Arabia, man. Like, if they go in all out, like, it's like, why didn't you do that against Argentina? Like, whether you're gonna lose or not, like, I get it's strategic, go for the tie, but not in something like this. Not
ahead, Alex. Argentina. Go ahead.
Well, just to go back where they said that they changed it to a 4-3-3, but at that same time you take out your 2 best players on the team, and Lozano and Alexis Vega. You could argue that one, but still, those are the guys that are going to be creating for you, and you sub in with guys that Raúl Jimenez, Tata has vouched for him so much, and he doesn't put him in the game. I don't understand that. A lot of Mexican fans are upset because we took Raúl Jimenez. He's not fit. He's not fit for the World Cup yet, but they still take him anyways over Santi Jimenez. That is crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That is outrageous.
Ridiculous.
That is
you didn't even take Vela.
And okay, let me make another point that pisses me off more than any other point. Okay, the U.S. Okay. Amazing performance against England, against an adversary I think the England team is a better team than the Argentinian team. It comes out with a draw, right, out with England. Why? Because you don't start your MLS players. You start your European players, the people that are playing at the highest level, the people that are giving you goals, the people that are in the best moments in their career. Those are the people you play. There was 2 people, or a person or 2, on that U.S. starting lineup that played in the MLS. The rest, Europe. Mexico, you put your European players on the bench, and you're putting your MLS players and your Liga MX players on your starting lineups? Are you fucking kidding me? And no, you're subbing in. You're not even subbing in your European player. You're not subbing in the best player on the bench, which is the best player on that team, which I think is Edson Alvarez, your holding midfielder that plays for Ajax. You're not putting him in? That's fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you're gonna put in somebody from the Liga MX to come and play and try to get you a goal? Be fucking for real. It's a joke. And at this point, honestly, I hope Tata gets sacked. I hope he's out of there, and I hope we get a refresher for the Mexican national team. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, how crazy does that sound? Especially with, Mexico, because of an injury, they were allowed to have 4 substitutions, and they didn't take any part of that to make an advantage for themselves. Like you were saying, especially like you said in the second half, they looked a little more aggressive, but by then it was just too late.
But here's the thing, like if we're gonna talk about the whole game, and they didn't play bad. Like at the end of the day, I don't think Mexico played bad the first half. The second half, they just looked winded. And Marco and Alex made the point, like you subbed in players for players that should have been playing at the beginning or shouldn't even be playing yet. And this is the same point that I've been making to Jose, like over our messages, man. Like the reason why, I love the USA, the US men's soccer team, and I love the Canadian one too. The only problem with those two teams is the experience. They don't have the experience of a World Cup. So whenever it comes for them to play against specific teams that have the experience on it, that are more of the veterans, it shows. They play more of a speedy game, a more desperate game. But yet at the end of the day, their coach is able to maintain them and maintain their composure and say, you know what, let's adapt to the way they're playing. Let's slow down our game and let's attack. Let's
England.
Yeah, let's take advantage of their mistakes and let's score. Dude, we had multiple mistakes from Argentina that we weren't able to capitalize on. And then on the second half of the game, you substitute both Vega and Lozano, dude. You like at the same fucking time. You can't take 2 of your forwards at this end, like at this half of this game, and take them out. Be like, oh, you know what? Out. Both of y'all out. Like, why? Like you took Guardado, like, hey, I like Guardado. And the reason why I like Guardado taking a veteran is the same thing that they did with Rafa Marquez in the past ones. You need a veteran that's going to tell you how to move.
Exactly.
But you take him out, and then you take Vega and Lozano. Who else is there?
Guardado got hurt, yeah.
No, I know, but who else is there? Like, who else do you have that's the captain kind of level? Like Ochoa, dude, he's in the back. He can't direct you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the problem. Like,
well,
they didn't think things through.
Hector Herrera, which is they're holding it. He usually plays attacking midfielder. Sometimes he plays holding mid. I have said for years he cannot play holding mid to save his life. You're telling me he plays in the MLS, he plays for Houston Dynamo. You're going to put him in there because of his experience over someone like Edson Alvarez that is like 100 times better than him right now. I'm not saying that Hector Herrera wasn't a good player. He was a great player, amazing player for us for many years. But he's not that same Hector Herrera that was last World Cup. He's not. Edson Alvarez is the new blood. Edson Alvarez is the new blood.
Right.
He's the better player. He needs to play holding midfielder. Let me tell you, Jose. Holding midfielder is probably, to me, the most important position on the field, because it's like Art was saying, that player there, if you have an experienced player, if you have someone there, someone in the midfield, but especially holding mid, controls everything. Controls everything.
The
tempo of the game, defensively, gets you stops, and the transition game and from defense to offense or offense to defense is key with the holding midfielder. So it overall is a shit show.
You know what I would have liked, man? And this is literally just the only thing that would have changed everything. And I think they would have scored in the first half. You leave Guardado, and I'm going to have to stop real quick and just put it back to sleep. But you put Guardado, you put Martin instead of Herrera, and then you put Herrera on the other side. Yeah. That's it. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
No problem. Let me take them out real quick. No, so let me ask y'all this while y'all still here. How crucial was the game against Poland? Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we saw Argentina lose to Saudi Arabia. That was a huge upset that a lot of people would not have had happen. I think it was like one of the biggest odds, break, defeat, whatever of all time. And you know that Poland and Mexico both have to go into that game saying, we need this a little more now, because Argentina, no matter how old Messi is or how that team is maybe not the best or perfect out there for him. We need to make sure that we keep them out. They end in a draw, neither get a win. But now nobody takes advantage, and now Argentina's in second again. In the current standings for the group. How crucial was missing an opportunity to win that game, especially for Mexico? I mean for Mexico, not for Poland.
Yeah, I think that game was super important. Hugely important. I think that was a missed opportunity, 100% from the Mexican national team, especially the way we were controlling that game. And it's like Art was saying, we don't have the goals. We don't have someone that can go out there and score, and I think that was the biggest issue. We did miss some chances, some good chances, but that shouldn't be the whole excuse, right? We had our chances, we just didn't finish, and it's like people say, "El que perdona pierde." If you don't make your chances, you're going to end up losing the game, and that's how soccer works, right? And I think that was huge, right? Because if we win that game, your pressure against Argentina is not as much there as it was before, right? Because now you got the 3 points behind you. It's a little different now, right? And I think we would have been able to play a little bit more fluid, but that's my take on it.
Yeah, I know.
So-
but sorry, what I was getting at, like, the reason why I like Guardado and I like Herrera, man, is because they know how to control the field. He just woke up again, but like they know how to control the field on either sides, though. I don't know, man. Alex, you go for it. Like, it's just disappointing to see a good team, because we do have good talent. We have talent in Mexico, just like any other team. It's just the coach has not been the same for the past two. Like that's just my point on that.
Go ahead, Alex.
So right now, I know we're all upset. I know it's frustrating, but we could. I mean, this could all change. We could in a couple of days, But it's a far fetch right now.
We'll see on Wednesday.
Crazy. But it's crazy. I mean, that's how us Mexican fans are. We have hope in our team, and even whenever they kick us down, we still have hope. But right now, it doesn't look good for our team. I mean, we can't score, and we've been having this problem since way back. Whenever we were playing in the finals, it's just crazy.
So let me ask this, because I mentioned it on the pod, not on the text message. Sorry, I said Argentina has to lose the next game, and Mexico needs to win the next game for Mexico to still have a chance. What percentage? And I'll start with you, Alex. What percentage you realistically have that two things are going to happen? Because there really is no realistically any other way to see Mexico getting past, Argentina or Poland in that position. Alex?
Well,
All right, Marco, go on, Marco.
So there is possibilities. Okay, so it's all about goal differential. It's about how many goals, the goal differential in the standings, right? That matters too. Especially if points are tied, they go to goal differential. So there's two cases in where Mexico can pass. Poland and Argentina tying would probably be a point where we can tie in points if we beat Saudi Arabia, where we can probably distribute be based on goal differential. But we would need to beat Saudi Arabia like 4 or 5-0 because we haven't scored any goals, right? If Argentina wins and then Poland loses, we still get a chance to get second place if we beat Saudi Arabia because of goal differential, right? Because if I get 3 points,
but you would have to catch up to Poland's at that point.
Poland has 4 points right now. If they lose against Argentina, they stay at 4 points. We go to 4 points. Argentina would be at 6. So it would be based on goal differential, right? Now, if Poland wins, I mean, it still might go down to goal differential, right?
Well, like I said, like the goal differential part won't even matter at that point, because if Mexico can just get the win, more importantly than anything, if Mexico can just get the win, even if Poland wins, Mexico advances because they'll have 4 points. That's where the draw benefits them. So that's all they need.
Yeah,
but they need to focus on getting the points just in case Argentina does win, for that matter. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
Poland has 4 points because they beat Saudi.
Right.
They beat Saudi Arabia, so they have 4 points. It'll be easier to see it. It's like kind of confusing if you can't see it, but they would have 4 points, right? They have 4 points right now. Poland. So you have Poland has 4.
From
Let's
the
start
draw
top.
and a win. From the draw and a win. Yes.
Yes. Argentina now has 3, right?
Correct. Because they won.
a win and a loss. They win and a loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia has 3 because of a win and a loss, and then you have
Right.
Mexico at the bottom, right?
Correct.
So now it's all dependent on what happens between Argentina and Poland, right? So if Argentina wins,
They'll have 6
Argentina
points.
6 points. Poland still has
4.
would still have 4. If Mexico beats Saudi Arabia, they'll have 4, so they're tied, right? So then it goes to goal differential,
Right.
right? So you mix up those ways of winning. We still end up, if Poland wins, they get
They'll have 7.
they'll have 7.
And that's what I'm
And-
saying. And Mexico would have 4. Argentina would be 3. That's what I'm saying. The Poland
No,
win
but-
would
but-
be easier.
No, what Argentina would have 3. And
So
then,
Mexico would pass them, but they would need
Yeah.
a lot of help from Poland to win.
yeah.
Realistically, Art, I'll go to you. Who's the better team, Poland or Argentina?
So I think this is what's gonna happen, and I think this whole World Cup, it's not about which team is better and which team is worse, man. And I think we've seen that with the upsets, and
Mhm.
we've seen that through every group. Like, there's no reasoning for France. Like, for example, I'm gonna go to Group D with France.
Okay.
There's no reason with the talent that France has to not be scoring goals the way that they're not doing. Like, in no freaking way. They should be going in and scoring right off the bat. Some of the teams that they're
Is
playing,
6
like,
not enough? Is 6 already not enough?
but that's the thing. Like, you have 6 goals, and it's taking you that long to do it. Like, within a game. Same thing with Argentina. Argentina has Messi. They should be scoring more goals. Brazil, same thing. Like, Spain, no one thought Spain was going to be doing like that. Spain was not a favorite. And look at them. They went in and they said, "Oh, you know what? Like, we have to do what Japan did because we need to go at first." Exactly. So, to my point is that in our group, like, the best case scenario or the best thing to happen is Argentina beats Poland and we beat Saudi Arabia and we go to goal differential. That's the best case scenario.
Why is that the best case when Poland winning would
'Cause I don't
actually
think
clear the way?
Because if
for-
Poland wins, Poland and Argentina go through.
No, but if Mexico wins, they have more points than Argentina. They'll have
Nope.
4 versus
Goal
Argentina's 3.
It's
No.
a goal differential.
But they'll have
No,
total 4
Argentina
points.
would have 3.
Yeah,
So if
so
Argentina
Mexico-
wins, right? If Argentina wins,
but if Argentina, we're saying if Poland wins, I'm
so
saying
that's what I'm saying. The best case scenario is for Poland to tie it or to win. And
No.
after this, yeah, for
No.
Mexico to go through,
no, I'm saying Poland winning would be the best case scenario because
Poland
they'll have
wins.
7, and then Mexico would have
Yeah.
4 if they win their match.
That's what I'm saying,
And
like-
Argentina will be stuck at 3. No, because you're saying
the best case
Argentina
scenario is for
wins,
them to win. No, for Poland to win
right?
or
That's-
tie. And then Mexico for sure has to beat Saudi Arabia
But then they
By
have to
like-
score,
By like
catch up
plus,
score.
by like
by
4
like
goals.
plus 4.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which I see it really, really hard for Poland losing to like winning against Argentina.
Okay, that was my main question. Like, do you like it's like 50-50 to y'all? It's like, but you're thinking it's a little more harder.
It can happen, though.
It can't happen.
happen,
Argentina already lost to Saudi Arabia. Anything could happen. I don't know if we're gonna get Alex back before we cut the episode, but
No, but I think the best way for everything to win is Poland wins it, and then Mexico beats Saudi Arabia and they pass, or Argentina beats Poland.
that's the best case. Yeah,
That's the
what I've
best
been
case.
saying.
Or Argentina beats Poland by goals, and then Mexico beats Saudi Arabia by goals.
But it'd have to be a shutout, by the way. If Argentina wins, they'd have to shut out Poland completely to the
But
point
if
where
Poland,
it allows.
if Poland loses
But
by
Argentina could
2 more,
Yeah.
and Mexico
Mhm.
scores 2, like Mexico has to at least score 2.
They're -2 against Poland right now. If you're counting point differential,
So
so
Poland
they'd have
is
to score
plus 2.
4.
Right. But if Argentina scores 3 goals on Poland, Mexico passes if they score 2.
Because then they'll drop down to, I think,
Yeah.
like, yeah. You know.
So technically, Poland has to lose by 3 goals to Argentina, so that Mexico only has to score 1. And I'm saying
Which can
1.
happen.
I'm just saying 1 because we haven't scored anything. Not just World Cup wise, but like past games,
Honestly,
they have
but-
not scored shit.
And this is gonna be, but I don't give a fuck, honestly. Mexico should not pass, and it's okay. You know what I mean?
No,
To me, it's
I don't
okay.
think
I don't
pass
want
either.
I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go to the next game outside of the group and then lose anyways, just because Tata doesn't know how to fucking coach. I'd rather just save all our hearts, save my time. I've had heartbreaks in 2006, 2010, and 2014. 2018, I don't want another one. You know what I mean? I'm done. This heart with Mexico is like shattered to pieces.
Alex, how's your
And-
heart? How you? Any got final thoughts before we close out?
I'm just devastated, man. This is we knew that what kind of team we had, and you just don't want it to be true. You know, you would always think that Mexico always comes up during the World Cup, and they always shock everybody. But I'm afraid that Cinderella story is not going to write itself this year.
Are
It's
we gonna
just
get
sad.
any changes, roster changes, coaching changes, manager changes after this World Cup? What are we looking at?
So if they don't win, like if they get knocked out right now, like on
As they should.
Wednesday,
Yep.
Tata's out. And I even think that if
No
they
matter
pass
what,
to
I
the
think.
next game, Tata's out. No one likes Tata. Like he has not done good for Mexico.
They
team.
should have kicked them out when they had the chance, and they had the chance and they didn't do it. The directors, too, of the Mexican Federation are fucking dumbasses. They're dumbasses. The Mexican Federation has known to be a screw up for the last 4 years, and they will continue to do so if something doesn't change this. And there's been some changes being made, but the Mexican Federation itself has been ass.
Maybe
So
the big.
who's and I guess changing course. Who's your favorite overall to make it?
To win the
Still
World Cup?
Argentina.
Yeah.
To win the World Cup, I think for me personally, after seeing to me, my favorite going in was Brazil, and if Neymar can get healthy, it's still going to be Brazil.
That ankle is trying to repeat from 2014, unfortunately.
Yep.
What about you, Alex?
I still like Argentina. They're still a good team, but France has been looking really good. I'm not gonna lie. France has been looking real scary.
Their players are
just
hurt.
when-
They're playing easy teams.
Yeah. But my final thought is, please bring Santi Jimenez, man. We need help.
Dude,
And let me get one final thought for everybody, and then we'll close out. How are y'all feeling for Ochoa? You know, this is possibly one of his last runs for glory like this. What are y'all feeling for him? I know he's loved by many of the Mexican fans.
he's good.
Can I go? Can I go first? Because
Go for it.
I've seen this. I've been an America fan since I was young, dude. And
America sucks.
my
Fuck America.
my favorite games is whenever they would play the Chivas back in the day, dude. And
I'm a Chivas fan.
this guy's been my idol since I was little. And this is sad. It's sad that it's gonna be his last World Cup.
Well, he said it wasn't.
Dude,
He
he's
said it wasn't.
37.
We don't even know who
He
the
said it
manager
wasn't.
is. We don't even know who the manager is
we
going to
don't-
be. They're going to about not even invite him.
We don't know yet.
You can't let go of
It's
Mr.
a-
Ochoa.
it's
They got
not really
Talavera
up
on
to
the
him,
bench. You
right?
think they're going to put it in?
They said no Chicharito.
Yeah, but Chicharito decided to bring. Him and Carlota decided to bring. Have an orgy at the team hotel in like 20.
I see
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
So
I see nothing
Well,
wrong
for-
with that.
He deserves it. He deserves it. He called the win against Germany.
hell yeah.
He's the only one that believed. He's the only one that believed.
That's why they're not on the team supposedly. But
All right, any other final thoughts on Ochoa possibly in his last one?
Honestly, man, I think there is better goalkeepers in the like if you're going by Mexican league, like if that's what you're bringing, like if what you brought Ochoa, there's better goalkeepers that are younger. I get the reason.
I'm gonna need you to put some more respect in his name, man. The man just stopped the penalty kick in game
Here's
one.
here's the thing, man. Like there's a hype for Ochoa.
Right.
And I get it. He's a great player. But it's just the same thing as the hype that was for El Conejo Perez whenever he was in the World Cup. Like they're veteran players that have the experience and they're great goalkeepers. But like I think overall, like you need to bring younger players in, give them the experience of a World Cup.
yeah,
But at the same time, bring your veterans in. Like I get that. But don't just
So I
bring a
thought-
bunch of like
old. He's like Talavera, like Talavera. He's like 40 already, or he's close to it too.
Exactly. Like, okay, what happens if
Why not
Talavera
bring
goes out?
Acevedo? They should have
There you
brought
go.
Acevedo.
Like,
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, man, like I'm glad that he's in the World Cup. Like, he deserves this. His 5th World Cup. He's gonna tie. Like, no, I don't think there's been a player that has played more than 5. Andres Guardado is another one that it's his 5th World Cup. So this is probably his last one. But I think overall, man, they need to make a change. Hopefully next year, whenever it's actually in the States, like not next year, but like next cup. That's going to be here in the States or in the Americas. We have a better
Mexico, Canada, Estados Unidos,
Canada.
everybody.
I think is going to be a good one because they're at home.
And Drake is going to take everybody. Yep,
dude, seeing the fucking experience that the Canada team has, like right now they're not experienced, but this is a great freaking like dipping your toes into the water and saying, okay, we can do this.
They're learning.
Canada and the US are the best teams in the CONCACAF right now. Mexico's 3rd.
Yeah. And I will see what happens though. But I think my favorite one, man, to win it after seeing the first line of placement, I honestly like England. I like England and I like Ecuador. I think they could pull some upsets along the way, but both those teams I think are great.
They couldn't beat the US.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, we'll see how it all goes. The World Cup is still a long way to go. It's not over yet. We still have a whole week of group matchups to go before we go into the round of 16 and before all that. But anyways, guys, we'll close it out here. It was fun talking about it. Maybe we'll see if there's any else that goes on in the World Cup that upsets y'all, that makes you want to just rant and just want to go tear down everybody on that team, on that management squad, on those players, all those freaking, how did you say MLS, Liga MX players. It's like, guys, gotta go. You gotta go. You're not even worthy playing on the FIFA games.
Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. Follow us at Puro Pinche Sports on both TikTok and Instagram. Follow us on Pinche Sports Pod on Twitter. For Marco Marial, for Alex de la Cruz, for Arturo Ibarra, I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.
Damn. Alrighty.
You suck, Tata.